Hey guys, so we're going to start with practice 14-1, covering regions. This is our first lesson for area. So in your Google Classroom, if you look at lesson 14-1, it'll have 3 Google slides there. You have the Daily Common Core Review, the Reteach, and the Practice. You should be doing those 3 slides first, then watching this video to double check your work. So you're watching this right now after completing all 3 of those worksheets to check your work. If you haven't completed those 3 slides yet, please pause the video and go back and complete those slides first. Then you can click the video when you're done to double check your answers. So for questions 1 through 4, we're going to refer to this diagram of this athletic field. So like a football field, but they use it for more than one sport. We can see they use part of it for soccer, part for tennis, part for baseball, and part of it is empty. What area of the soccer section, or what is the area of the soccer section of the field? So I'm going to count all of these squares in here, and I want you to think if you can find a faster way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's 18 square units, but I noticed that it looks really familiar. It looks like an array. Remember, equal groups and equal lines. I have 3 on this side, and each row, I've got 3 rows, and I have 6 in each of those rows. So instead of counting all of these, I could say 3 times 6 is 18, which would get me the same answer. What is the area of the field that is not being used, this empty part? Now, are these all equal rows? Nope, they're not. This row has 1 less than the others because this is part of the baseball or the soccer field. So this shape is irregular. So we can't do an array. We can't count by that. We just have to count the square units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It is 14 square units. Make sure you label with square units on your Google slide also so that I know that you understand what that 14 represents. How many square units of the field are being used? So I know this empty part's not being used. How much is being used? So I could go and count all of these squares, or I could find the array of the whole field and take away what's not being used. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. In each of those 5 rows, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in each of those rows. So 5 times 10 equals 50. But that's not our answer. That's how much there is altogether. I need to take away the empty space. So 50, take away that 14 that's not being used, would give me a difference of 36 square units that are being used. Number 4, if the school used the soccer and baseball fields to build a football stadium, how large of the area would that stadium be? So now they're going to take soccer and baseball. They're going to take this section. Let me color it out so you can see a little better. This area plus the baseball field. And they're saying, well, we can take those 2 together when soccer and baseball aren't being played and use this for football. How much would that be? So I find the area of my baseball field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know baseball is 8. Plus, I already found out my soccer field is 18. And 8 plus 18 would get me 26 square units. Good work. What is the area of the shaded section? So it's hard to see on my worksheet because my printer's running out of ink, of course. But this is the shaded section. Now, you might look at this and try to figure out this square in the middle, but that's not our question. We're figuring out how much for the shaded section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 square units. What is the area of the hexagon shown below and explain? So I can see that I've got 1, 2 whole squares. Plus I have 1 half here, half here, half here, and half here. And they're half. So if I were to put this half with this one, it would make 1 whole. This half and this half together would make 1 whole. So if I have 2 full squares plus 1, my total would be 4 square units. Because each triangle is half a square, and 4 halves equals 2, plus 2 full squares equals 4 total. Yours doesn't have to be as lengthy as that. As long as you mention that each of those triangles is worth half and that's how you got the total, that's good enough for me. Now, once you've looked through all of your work, you've made sure that you completely understand this lesson, I want you to watch the introduction video one more time and then do your digital quick check, because that is your grade. If your digital quick check does not pass, it will automatically assign you more work. So please take your time and do your best. I'll see you next time.